ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Pleasure Explosion. Joining me this week, Ashley Hobley.
This is where you say your name, Ashley.
Yeah, you're welcome to respond if you'd like.
I thought you were going to say my name and I didn't hear it.
I heard it.
I did
Oh
not.
dear.
And I definitely said
Great episode, everybody.
Jack Cruz.
Cruz indeed. Hello.
Jono Pack.
Shaboy.
And me, I'm Thomas Marshall, and I'm also evidently having internet issues. So we'll see how this goes. Hey, it's
Smoothly, clearly.
Yeah, hopefully. It's pretty much coming up the end of 2017, gentlemen, and I thought what might be quite interesting to do is a quick review of 2017. Your personal reviews, which I have asked you to prepare for. What we're doing, we're going month by month, picking a particular thing in your life, your country's life, or the world's life, for a quick chat.
Sounds good.
And just to review where we're at and where the world is at.
It's pretty fucked.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I think.
Yeah,
there's
looking
gonna
at
be
this
some good
list, it's not
things.
great.
Oh dear.
Hey, I've started January of 2017 in a pretty good place pretty because we bought the apartment that Claire and I now live in.
Congratulations.
This is a pretty huge milestone and something I'm quite proud to take away from 2017. Oh, still 20 years until we've paid it off. But
20, is that all? Fuck, you're lucky, man.
Well, yeah, we're going relatively aggressive to begin with. Not that it's cheap, so it's taken 20 years. It's throwing money at it to lower the balance.
Fair enough. Smart.
But that's a pretty exciting step. That's like first house material. So, yeah. How about you, Ashley? What's something from January that you're
January
you're
that I thought was important? The Trump inauguration. So at the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah,
it just seemed to be the thing that it went on for a while as well, because there was all the kerfuffle about how big the crowd was in comparison to Obama and fake news. And,
the
it was the biggest inauguration so far. So
huge.
It's probably a fair one.
Huge. Just like my hands.
Did you watch that? Because I think I watched Obama's one. I can't remember which one, but I've watched one of them. I think it was.
Did it have Beyonce?
No.
If it had Beyonce, it was one of Obama's.
What?
Do you have do you have one if it's your second term?
Yeah. You had a ceremony. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was
you
the
still get
second
the
one.
same. You still get the same ceremony to swear you in for another 4 years.
Yeah.
Christ, let's hope that we don't get a Trump
Don't have to
second
live through that
ceremony
again.
for another 4 years.
Yeah.
No, but that kind of set the tone for the year, didn't it?
Most definitely.
All that.
Chances are the crowd will be smaller, and yet he will say it's bigger than ever before.
He's so bad.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see if he continues to come up through our list, or at least how frequently he comes in again through the list.
I purposefully excluded him from all of my year. There was a couple of times I was like, I could put something Trump did in here, but I figured that other people do that. I try and think about him as less as I can, as little as possible.
I didn't explicitly exclude him, but there was nothing that came to mind that was necessarily him because. Yeah,
I was doing.
I
was doing a tweet before for the Grandstand Gurus Flog of the Year voting, and I saw his stupid fat head in the in the picture because he's one of the nominees, funnily enough, for Flog of the Year. Red hot favourite, I might add.
Red orange favourite.
And every orange hot favourite.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
And every time I look at his stupid fat head, I just think to myself, like, is this a dream?
How did
How did this fucking idiot become president of the United States? Is it still like I remember when he was like, I'm running, and I was like, ha! It was like when Warwick Capper was going to run for fucking government, and I just laughed. I'm like, yeah, right, Warwick. And I still can't believe that he's the president of the United States. It still just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's relatively unfathomable.
It's one
Is that a word?
Pinch yourself.
It's fucking depressing more than anything, I think. Anyway.
So you obviously didn't choose Donald Trump for your January, Jack.
No, most certainly not. I put hell as my January from this year. Because January... So, in the job that I was in at the time...
Did you visit, or...?
Might as well have been. I was working as a... At the time, I was a rep for Coca-Cola. I still work for Coca-Cola, but I'm no longer a rep. And it was my territory was like a holiday destination. So, like, summer, drink salesman, holiday destination was just, like, fucking chaos. It's just hell. Like, it's just... My January was, like, work, and then just sleep on the weekends, and then work, come home, cook. I just put on here... Being a rep in summer on the peninsula is hell, so weekends. So, like, that's all I remember about my January was just scraping through to get to the weekends. Watching the cricket, scraping through to get to the weekends, being completely exhausted. And then I think as of, like, Australia Day, like, I took time off after Australia Day, like a few days. So it was good to get to the end of that sort of period of time, I guess.
Does that busy like summer not go through like February, March? Or
Not so much because
I guess if people getting back to work and kids going to school and
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Australia Day comes and everyone's back to school after that, and then you get a little bit of a smattering of people who take leave after Australia Day, and then Easter hits again. It's busy again, but it's mainly that Boxing Day to Australia Day. That sort of 4 weeks is fucking chaos.
Nice. Jono.
You want to talk to me? Hi. January was
I'd love to.
an awesome time for me because it was like the home stretch of my previous job before I started where I am now at the hospital, at the health service here in Geelong. And it was the end of January. So it was still January when I started that job. But yeah, so I guess it was just starting the year off with some excitement and a little bit of time off, and yeah, just starting in a new environment and everything that was to come afterwards, which has been really great. So my list here, I should just mention, I've pretty much gone through and picked highlights of every month. So that's what I've got to offer.
That's
positive.
That's what I asked. Oh, okay. You're all positively slanted, are you?
Yeah, highlights, like actual highlights, not lowlights.
Not just notable moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry. It sounds like Ash just kicked us off with some of the lows,
worst.
so maybe he'll continue with that.
Well, mine was a low.
Jack
Mine was pretty shit.
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't take it particularly negatively.
The rest of I do have one negative one in the rest, but the rest of mine are pretty fairly positively slanted as well.
Nice.
Have you said yours? Oh, you did. There was the apartment. I wonder if we all have the same February
no
one.
fucking doubt.
So I've got a funny feeling that we might all have the same February one, despite the fact that I started a new job in February that I ended up not particularly liking and leaving 5 months later. I met you fools in February.
RTX Sydney.
We kicked off a podcast and had RTX Sydney, and well, obviously in the reverse order, those two met the kind of funny crew. That's the notable February moment. This kind of led us to, in fact, being here right now.
Word.
It was fantastic.
It was pretty
We've
great.
said a lot about RTX over the episodes, but yeah, I guess it was my first event of that nature, like my first nerd convention. So that was pretty exciting.
Same, yeah, mine too.
Opportunity to meet all you guys and obviously the kind of funny guys themselves, and
that was
do some interviews with those guys.
That was probably like
so
one of the best weekends of my life. Like, no shit. Without sort of being, not to to take the piss or anything, but it was fucking awesome. Like that whole weekend was amazing. It capped off with that, like with the dinner on the Saturday night, and then the cap off with the kind of funny panel on the Sunday. It was just it was just a perfect weekend.
Yeah.
I played a lot of God Seekers too. That was pretty fantastic.
Of course it was. Yeah.
It's quite warm, so sweated a lot.
Drank a lot.
It was hot as
Yeah.
fuck, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty
I
good.
loved it. It was so good.
There was a lot of walking too.
Yeah,
so.
there was, and a lot of standing. That Kojima panel.
Mm.
Got to see Hideo Kojima
So
in like the flesh as well. That was, I gotta say, that was
In the
that was
flesh,
pretty
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
sweet.
It was.
I'm surprised that you guys haven't been to anything like that before, because
Yeah,
well,
that's weird.
kind
Sorry.
of Melbourne-ish, or definitely Melbourne. Oh, like because I was just thinking, I've been to Armageddon here in Wellington,
Yeah.
like 2 or 3
That's the
times.
difference for me is
Kinda-
that it's never been in the place where I live. It would always
Yeah,
require
yeah,
getting a
like
day
country.
off and getting on the train or driving. I don't know why Jack's never
Well,
been to
this
PAX.
is the other thing, right? PAX comes up every year, and then we have like Supernova and shit like that, and I'm always like, oh fuck, I'd love to go to that. That'd be awesome. But I've never had any friends that could go with, and I wouldn't go to something like that on my own. Like I'd be like, I'd walk around for half an hour and then I'd leave. And so like going to RTX was like obviously kind of funny. We're going, so that was a big draw. But obviously I knew that with the kind of funny community, I'd be able to catch up with you guys and like people I know and meet new people. And I knew that it would just be easy for me to just rock up and like make friends or whatever. And that's the thing. Like PAX has been in Melbourne for probably like the last 5 years, I think. And every year
3.
no, it's been longer than that.
No, I'm pretty sure this was the 4th year.
Okay, well, 4 years, whatever. I was 1 year off. Every year I'm like, yeah, fuck, I'd love to go. But this was the first year where I was like, fuck, I really want to go. And obviously I couldn't make it because I was away. But every other year I was like, I could go.
It's
And
your
it'd
own
be...
stupid fault, right?
Hey, say again?
Said that's your own stupid fault, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't...
Should have seen that months, years,
Yeah.
however
what are you
long
gonna
ago.
do, right? I had a good
organised that.
time being away, but... yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is.
That is what it is. Yeah.
Business is business.
What will be, will be.
March.
I have a February backup actually.
Oh, okay.
The
Go.
Oscars best picture mix-up, which is possibly the cringiest moment in television this year.
I don't know,
Okay.
Trump.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It was not involving Donald Trump. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say grab her by the pussy was last year, Jack. That
There's... I'm trying to think of something happened the other day that was really cringe. Just recently, something happened on television that was like super cringe. I can't really think of what it is.
Game Awards.
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't watch the
few
Game
moments.
Awards, so no. But there was something. It was like on
that was on the internet.
television that was like cringy as fuck. I can't remember. It's not.
Bachelor, probably.
No, it was like.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Move along.
Yeah.
Married
I went
at
to
First
Perth
Sight.
in February. That was pretty cool.
I remember you doing that. March, I put Horizon Zero Dawn.
Good pick. Talk about
Yeah.
it.
I think it might be reasonably high on the Explosion Network's Game of the Year list.
When
To
does
be
this episode
confirmed.
go out?
Possibly very high.
Possibly.
Yeah, so that I think actually
Find out this
consumed
Saturday.
a fair amount of my spare time in March, and was fantastic. I'm sure that people could say Switch, maybe. No, I don't think any of you will, but
Nope.
yeah, I
Not any
didn't.
of us.
I didn't buy one, although that was a thing that happened. So Horizon Zero Dawn was me. Just beautiful game, fantastic story, great character, awesome source combat. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is my March.
I have a lot to say about that, but you can probably find that on an article later this week.
Yeah, or maybe an episode of Platinum Explosion.
Yeah, that too.
Tuesdays.
Which,
at midday
March
Australian.
for me, we didn't actually start podcasting until March together, so that's my March.
Oh, did we not?
Yeah.
Yeah. The first episode wasn't until March 1st.
We took a
So-
couple of weeks pissing around, evidently.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had not the
Not
count
surprising.
to do that.
Yeah. We certainly did.
Is that what you?
Yes,
Is that what you're calling, Jono?
Yeah, that's my my March
Yeah.
Nice.
highlight, I guess.
Oh, cool.
Horizon
I
was
sort
good
of
too.
inherently wrapped that up in
Fair.
February shenanigans, but apparently was wrong.
Yeah.
How about yourself, Ash?
I put the American travel ban for March. Another Donald Trump thing. I think that was pretty big news across the world.
Oh, the travel band.
travel
I thought you said
band.
travel band. I was like,
Yeah.
there was
Yeah,
an
me too. I
American
was like,
band.
I don't know
travel?
that album.
No, the travel ban.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the general uprising against it from all sorts
The
of people.
world.
It's pretty good to
The
see.
human race.
but- yeah.
Yeah. But that is still ongoing.
It is still going. Yeah.
In fact, I think it's been... did the Supreme Court recently give it the okay? Because
I'm not 100% sure.
there is a ban currently still in place from various countries to America, but it's no longer the Muslim ban, and it's been proven not to be the Muslim ban. I think agreed by the Supreme Court. So it's being argued in
possibly.
lower courts at the moment. Again, still probably will for the next 3 years until somebody else comes and does away with it. Fingers crossed.
Indeed.
Jack,
I had...
were you upset that people were not traveling to America, or was something else upsetting for you?
My March, I put Pleasure Explosion as well, / The Journal. Even though I just realised The Journal actually started in late Feb. But it really kicked off in...
First full month.
First full month of The Journal was March.
Just justify it however you need.
So that was... I mean, Pleasure Explosion, obviously, we've spoken about that. It's this show. We started, 43 or whatever episodes in. Yeah,
This show
that we're talking on now. But The Journal was...
I'm fairly certain I introduced it as such.
Yeah, something like that. The Journal was the start of a real sort of, I guess, journey, so to speak, for me. Just finding out a little bit more about myself, what I was sort of capable of, whether I could sort of continue with something like that, and just committing to it and expressing myself in a way that I had forgotten that I could do. And it was really cool. I did it I started it, I've told the story 100,000 times, but I started as a sort of just an outlet to express myself and sort of help myself get better mentally and stuff. And it definitely did help, and sometimes it made it worse. And it was always just there as something that I could sort of turn to if I needed to say something. And I love doing it. And for some reason, some people found some of the videos interesting or entertaining enough that they kept watching them. And yeah, so that's sort of continued on, which has been nice. Just did episode 67 the other day. So
57.
Too short of being
67,
nice.
did you say?
yeah, I uploaded episode 67 the other day. 6-7, yep.
Solid.
How many have you watched, Tom?
I've easily watched more than a handful.
Thank you.
That's more than I was expecting.
Yeah, no, I've watched a bunch. I watched a whole load of them at the start, and then
Just
fell
not
off,
the ones he's in.
fell off for whatever reason. Yeah, none of the ones that I'm in from Kind of Funny Live. I
Or Extra Life.
dabble. I get the emails about them, and sometimes I've got time to watch it when the email comes in, and sometimes I don't. So
Fair enough.
He gets notified
Fair
of it
enough.
there. He just chooses not to watch
He
it.
knows they exist.
it's not like that, and you know it, Jack. I just don't understand YouTube. Is that March done?
I think it's much done.
Yep.
I think okay. In April, then, I don't know if it's a highlight. It's certainly not a low light, but maybe just a bullet point. We started renting out the spare room on Airbnb. That happened in April.
That sounds pretty
That's
cool.
been sort of like
That's been a
secondary-
source of joy for all of us.
secondary income.
It's been fucking
meeting
entertaining.
a
I'll tell
whole
you
bunch of people. Telling you guys about all of the different varieties of people that come into my house and don't understand that the fucking bathroom switch is inside the bathroom and not outside the bathroom, or how a lock works on the front door, and
Jack
plenty
wants
of
to know
other
how many
things.
of them have been attractive.
I'm sure he does.
Tom lets me know. Tom lets me know when it's
there's,
worth letting me know.
Yeah, plenty of other things that kind of irk me about them, but it's interesting sharing your space with people and
I couldn't do it.
Listening to the stories that they've got as they're traveling around the world or up and down the country. And I don't know if I'd said it on here, but we had that US Paralympian snowboarder through, which was really cool. It's just strange chance encounters like that. He'd got a bronze medal at the previous Olympics. So it's,
wasn't it like the Paralympics or something?
It was, yeah. So
That's what he said.
Yeah, it was. Well, I did say that, and I also noticed that he was missing a foot. So yeah. That's
Hey
what
man,
figured
I
out.
think
It
you
was,
meant. Hey man, I think you're missing your foot. What?
Holy shit! I hope you didn't lose that in the bathroom, because that's going to be a mess to clean up after us.
Oh man.
Fuck! I'm gonna get 1-star review for this. aren't I? Fuck.
Yeah. 1 star. I lost
my
foot in this apartment.
Shit.
No, I'm pretty sure we got 5 stars from him. So, how about you, Ash? What did April bring you?
I couldn't think of anything good, but I did think of one funny moment, and that was the Kylie Jenner Pepsi ad. And the internet,
Okay.
that brought everybody on the internet together in their pure disgust at
And
that
Pepsi.
ad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So it was.
It did.
Shout out to
Because
Coca-Cola.
Black Lives Matter can be solved by a can of Pepsi.
Yeah,
Who would have thunk?
the best
it
part
could
of that was
work.
people
Just nobody's
actually,
taking Pepsi to those rallies.
The best part, was people taking actual photos at actual rallies and riots where they're holding up a can of Pepsi.
What month? What?
Did that happen? So people were just starting to take the piss with that?
Just on that. What month did
Yeah.
Richard Spencer get punched in the face?
Oh,
I get the feeling that
I
was
think it
last
the
year.
year
Was it?
before.
I thought it was like around the inauguration. Okay.
I reckon it was in the lead up to the
Never mind.
election.
Well, that was my highlight from
Who's Richard
2016.
Spencer?
Better than the grand final.
That comment does remind me of the guy that headbutted.
Oh yes.
See that video?
Oh, that's on the list.
I'm sure we'll get to that one.
That's on your list. Okay, sorry. Spoilers for later down the list.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack. April.
I put Grandstand Gurus, the #1 sports podcast on the Explosion Network. April was the month that we kicked off our sports show for the network, and
Awesome.
we just recorded episode 37 today, which will actually be 35 that I decided later. Yeah, I thought it was 37, but it's actually going to be 35 because it's going to post this week, and it's not important.
Okay.
Did you just count incorrectly?
No,
or-
it was originally going to post after Christmas, but I decided that it's not going to post after Christmas, so I made that call. Yeah, and it's
non-linear editing type thing.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we definitely mentioned on there that it was coming out after.
No, we didn't.
but-
We talked about it.
Oh, no.
We talked about it beforehand, but
Oh, it was-
and after, but not
yeah,
on the episode. Anyway, it's not. That's not. It's very unimportant to the story.
We'll make sure that the show notes for that episode reference approximately 20 minutes into this episode of Pleasure Explosion.
Sounds good.
So people know the background.
But yeah, it's been awesome. Like, it's been awesome fun. It's been challenging at times. There's been many people who have been. Everyone has been on the show except for you, Tom. But that'll be rectified this week. It's been awesome. Ashley, obviously, and Kieran have been a massive part of that, and so many other people as well. It's been a really great outlet to bring in more people to the network. So, like, Buddy has been on several times. Paul James, Sam Nicholson. Brendan 8-Bit, like, there's been some awesome people. We just had Logan Wilkinson on today, Denny Griggs, and everyone else that we've had on the show. It's been awesome. I've absolutely loved just every week talking about sport and just getting to talk about sport with people who love sport as well. And I get to rant and get upset and get angry and
even Dylan.
And Dylan as well. Dylan's been on even to talk about Tasmania and stuff. So,
Esports.
No. I think we did talk about it.
Esports.
Maybe that. I think that might have been his topic.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So yeah, the Grandstand Gurus is my highlight for April. You can check it out over at explosionnetwork.com/Grandstand Gurus. /the shows /Grandstand Gurus.
You also mentioned the Twitter before and didn't say what the handle was. So, Jono, what was your April?
April for me, I had Persona 5. It did release in April after getting pushed back. So that
What,
was a
from
game that
2015?
I started.
Yeah.
I started it in April, and I think I finished it in like August or something. And I didn't play much else in between, just because it's such
pretty
a
quick.
massive game.
That's pretty
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, it's probably quicker than most people who haven't even finished it yet. It took me 120 hours or something ridiculous, but
Yeah.
that's one of my top 5 games of the year, which I guess you can read about soon on explosionnetwork.com.
Yeah.
And I'll be putting up my list for what am I talking about now? Yeah, my personal
Video
top 10
games.
video games.
Video
Yeah.
games.
I've still not played a Persona game.
You
I've got
probably
to
should,
start with
especially
Persona 5.
you're like the Vita King, so
Yeah,
hit up
I've
that P4G.
I've had Golden on my Vita for an extremely long time. Like, I think in magnitude of years, it's been on my home screen of my Vita being like, I will play you soon. One day I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do this. And that day is still yet to come.
You should most definitely
because
play
they
it.
keep just...
You will run out of games to play on the Vita at some
Yeah,
stage.
yeah, yeah.
Incorrect. I was about to say they keep releasing fantastic games on Vita. So,
One day. You'll
Not for
run
much
out.
longer.
hey, that Reverie game is coming out soon. 2018.
Papers,
That's gonna be
Please.
great. Papers, Please. Read Only Memories, although people got shitty about them for something. I
He
forget what
said
it was.
to Democrats, Republicans don't buy
Yeah,
my
it doesn't
game or
want
something.
Republicans.
Ah, that's right. Yep. That doesn't really affect me, but it affects some people.
It
So,
really doesn't affect anyone in the scheme of things, but
No, that's true. In May, I was kind of clutching at straws for something to put down, but I'm using it to sort of encompass a few different ones. Roger Moore died.
Oh, wow.
okay.
James Bond. Or the second
James
one.
Bond.
Top
James
3
Bond.
James Bond.
Yeah.
Maybe top 4.
It's definitely in the top 10.
Yeah, easily in the top 10. He
Yeah.
died, and then in brackets I put Tom Petty, Chris Cornell, and Chester Bennington as well,
Oh, man.
who were also sort of notable celebrity deaths of this year for
Spoilers for the later,
for
for
one
later
reason
on.
or
gonna
another.
say
Spoilers for
for
later on
spoilers.
in the episode.
Oh yeah, could be. Well, I was going to put Tom Petty down, but down in the correct month, because that probably affected me most. As somebody who I really wanted to see live at some point in my lifetime, but our lifetimes collectively did not overlap sufficiently for that to happen. So, yeah, it's not going to.
That's one way to put it.
Ash, May,
May.
what
I don't
TV
know
or
the
movie
depressing one.
event is this going to be?
You've had the worst year of all time, Ashley.
No, I just went through and picked the most notable news stories of the year because I figured
Did
these would
anything
all
happen to
be
you this year?
interesting personal stuff.
And anyone would think you're in a news agent or something.
Yeah, nearly. The Manchester bombings at the who was it?
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande concert. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a pretty depressing story.
That
I mean,
was
they were attacked.
almost...
Young people
Amazing.
having fun. Pretty shitty thing to do.
Sure was.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
But then to see that city sort of get around those people was also
That's
uplifting.
the thing
I guess.
about you can say about Londoners and you can say whatever you want about POMs and that kind of thing, but they do seem to really rally behind each other when shit like this happens, and it happens all the time to London, almost as much as France has obviously copped it.
Almost again the following month,
Yeah,
possibly.
Yeah, they're probably going to get to that, but if anyone, we'll come to the. I've got a story about that. We'll get to that when we get to it.
I particularly sort of poignant moment out of that, because as I say, I did think about putting it on my list, was when they had like a candlelight vigil or whatever. No, it wasn't even in candlelight. It was just a daytime service. And then the crowd just started singing "Don't Look Back in Anger." I don't know if you've seen that, but that was quite a powerful video.
Yeah,
It was really cool. Yeah, a little light
Oasis,
and
of course, from
yeah,
Manchester.
from Manchester. Oh well, Liam and Noel Gallagher from the jungle and shaved and then brought to society. But Jack,
May, I started my new job. So, as I mentioned earlier, I was a rep in earlier in the year, and I moved up in the world into business development, which was really good. The
Coke world.
In the Coke world. And I was offered the job. I applied for it through like December, January, and went through interviews and that. Was offered the job. I was notified that I'd gotten the job when I was sitting at the airport about to fly into Sydney for RTX, funnily enough. And it took a few months for just everything to fall into place, and I actually started in May. So that was a nice little... just a little change in life and a little bump up in the old...
That's a highlight.
Yeah, as a fucking oath, it was a highlight. It was awesome. So a lot of hard work, a lot of grinding, a lot of faking it till you make it, and we got there.
Nice.
Good stuff, Jack.
Proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Did we both say that at the exact same time?
I said it first on mic. And whatever. We might
Just edit it so you do.
Yeah, I'll edit mine to be first. I'm not going to edit mine to be first. Jono.
You're definitely not.
Jono, you're May.
Yeah, so I am May. My May, I put down this bad boy, Spy and the Maven.
Oh, yeah.
Because I believe that was... Sorry?
He expected it.
Oh, you expected it. Yeah, I mean, what I was going to say was that was the month that I got my hands on it for the first time. It wasn't the official release. It wasn't when I started giving them out, but I guess technically May 31st I gave one to Jack at the airport. So yeah, May was a pretty big month to get that into people's hands and start to tick off on my pre-order commitments and just have the world experience what I'd been working on for so long. By that point it was just over 12 months since I started writing, and as you know, and people might know, a very long process of crowdfunding and marketing and I guess just the formatting and publishing, self-publishing side of things. So yeah, huge for me.
Huge.
And given you got your hands on it relatively early in the piece there, Jack, how did you enjoy the book?
Look, I really loved the first third of the book, and I'm yet to read the second, the last 2/3.
You don't want it to end.
It's on my bedside table. I look at it every night, and it's just I've got to get to it.
It helps you get to sleep.
He looks at it every night.
It makes you feel at ease.
Wonders.
Wonder what? It's one. I have all intention of reading it.
I to be serious for a second, I don't hold anyone like ill will towards anyone that doesn't read the book.
I think I'm the only one that hasn't read it though.
No, well, amongst the six other members of the network, that might be true.
Because Jono's already got your money.
Actually, no, I don't think Nick's finished it. But as I said, time is such a precious thing that I value anyone even reading a page of that book when they've got so much other things to do. So
in the same way that you value that I've watched a couple of your journals, Jack,
exactly.
And not all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the exact same feeling.
To be fair, I've bought 2 copies of the book, so I'm quite. I'm a supporter. Of the...
Were they both hardcovers?
One was hard, one was soft. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were.
I bought 2 hardcovers, so.
I don't know if you did. I think your girlfriend may have bought one.
I think
mine.
I definitely bought it. I know which account that money came out of, and it was not hers, Jono.
So when I said it's going to be extra for the postage for the hardcover, and she said that's fine, it was really just like
it was
really
me saying, yeah, that's fine.
Money bags.
A hardcover is so much nicer, though, isn't it?
Yeah, fuck yeah, awesome.
Shout out to Claire. Yeah, thanks, Jono. Reminded me on that one.
I like her.
In June, I have a funny feeling
3 of ours will be the same.
3 of us might have the.
So can I go first to bring it down?
Please, Ash. Please. Yeah,
the Grenfell Tower fire.
June. Oh
yeah,
wow!
That was pretty terrible.
The Tower fire.
You have had just a terrible time this year, haven't you?
No, Well, there's just been a
Googled
bunch
what
of
were the
terrible things
10
happening this year.
like 12 worst things to happen this year.
Worst thing
Yeah.
this month. There was another
Wrote them
terrorist
down.
attack as well in London, wasn't there? The truck on the bridge.
Yeah, truck as well.
Just touching on that, what I was going to say before, after that happened, I remember watching this video when we were in the airport on the way to Vegas, and there was so much shit going on in the world at that time. There was actually a terrorist threat against Vegas, like the day or so before we were about to fly. I remember Jono sent me the news article. It's like, Vegas in a... anyway, that's not important, but... There was like the heightened tension, obviously, in the world of terrorist attacks, and there was just another one in London and all that. And I remember I watched this video, and everyone should watch it because it's fantastic. It's just a short clip. Adam Hills, who's an Australian comedian, funnily enough, also only has one foot. He said he made this fantastic speech about, and I won't try and butcher it, but just around about how you can't beat. You're not winning. You're losing, and we will not let you beat us into fear, and we will stand together. And oh god, I can't even remember. There was something really poignant he said in it, but it's a great speech. Go and watch it. Adam Hills about the London terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
I'm not going to butcher it. Proceeded to sort of butcher it.
It is what it is, Tom. It is what it is.
It certainly is. Yeah, to bring that up slightly, the three of us went to San Francisco.
Yeah.
To Kind of Funny Live 3. You guys went to Vegas as well, and Claire and I actually had a week's worth of holiday, or 5 days worth of holiday before you arrived. Potentially the highlight of the year, not just highlight of June. For me.
Yeah.
I don't know what more there is to say. We did an entire episode on
that experience.
on the majority of our experience there, or an extra sode, I think it was.
Yeah, that was.
Yep.
Yeah, that was an amazing week or so. Like just being over there and in like America, which I really love. Like I love American people. They obviously have their faults, as does every race and that. But I love American people. Love like the American culture.
The guns, that's coming up.
The guns were great. I love shooting people. That was also fantastic. It was just a meeting.
I don't think you're allowed to say that.
Meeting some awesome people, like amazing people who I'll remember for the rest of my life, and like just random shit like
Unless you get Alzheimer's.
Unless I get Alzheimer's, yep. God forbid, touch wood. So like, fuck, now you've thrown me off. Like even little shit like we're at a bar, like trying to watch the game. And was it you and me, Tom, that got knocked back from being able to buy drinks because we didn't have our passport on us? Or was it you and me, Jono?
We all, well, I was there, but we didn't have...
Yeah, so we didn't have our passports. We couldn't. We went from like this... not terrible, but we can't have a beer. We're trying to watch this game of basketball. It's busy as all hell. Nowhere to sit. Weren't allowed to order food. And we're like, this is shit. Let's go and get some wings. And we go and get wings, and fucking... Like, Greg Miller's just chilling
I was
there.
depressed.
Jono was hating life because all he wanted to do was have a beer and watch the game. And then we're heading to this... to Wings. They're like, let's go back to Wings and get some wings, because fuck, who doesn't love wings? And we walk in there and fucking Greg Miller's just there.
Vegetarians.
Yeah, vegetarians hate wings. And like stuff like that, and going to like the Foundry and going to see Heel Kick, and obviously going to Vegas and that kind of thing. And it was just an awesome like week. It was an awesome experience, just getting fucking blind every night and eating shit and having a good time. It was an adventure.
Awesome. I don't know that I told it
like
on...
a social highlight.
Sorry.
I don't know that I told it on here, but I've been reminded a couple of times recently about how terrible my Spanish is from that Mexican restaurant we went to.
Oh.
No, not even that.
The two.
So we,
dos burrito or whatever, and it's like two family burritos.
It was go get to this restaurant. It was like quesadilla. We were pretty hungover.
Yeah, we were fucked.
Quesadilla. I want a quesadilla, and I want a lot because I'm really, really quite hungry. So I looked down the menu. There's quesadilla something for $9, quesadilla something else for $10, and quesadilla para dos for $12. And I was like, Yeah, go on. I'll get the biggest, most expensive one because the entire menu was in Spanish in this sort of quite authentic like Mexican restaurant. I'll get the quesadilla para dos, please, and a bottle of Coke. And when it arrived at our table and the platter plate that these 6 slices of quesadilla came on were about as big as my torso, I realized that quesadilla para dos was quesadilla for 2. And that was a meal that was supposed to be shared.
Yeah, no doubt.
Was it?
You did not share it.
No, I did not share it. What I proceeded to do was make sure I eat more than half of it to make it clear that I knew it was a meal for 2 people, but I wanted a lot. So of the 6 slices, I ate 4 and then took 2 back with us, and I feel like I was victorious.
That burrito fucking cleared me out. Tell you what.
I think we could talk about that trip for another 30 minutes easily, but we better move on.
But we better move on. And we will
only
move
up
on
to
because
June.
in July I started a job at 8i, which was distinctly a highlight in sort of personal and professional life this year. And despite the fact that that's all kind of coming to a close in... Well, tomorrow, when this posts, I will be being officially made redundant because the company's halving in size. But I have already a handful of, more than a handful of people have reached out to me saying, sorry to hear that, come and talk to us because we will employ you. And 2 actual solid offers for work. So I don't think that would have come about now if it weren't for the people I met and the things that I did at 8i have been doing, and it's onwards and upwards.
Good stuff. Very good.
That's my July. How about you, Ash?
Another depressing one that you mentioned before, Chester Bennington's death. I think hit me harder than I expected. I think that's probably the celebrity death that hit me the most. Like, I hadn't realized how close he was to me. I think so. Yeah, that. And just reading people's stories about how he's affected them and everything, it was like really moving and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
It was pretty tough.
I don't think I remembered quite how much I liked Linkin Park until that happened, and I listened to Hybrid Theory through a few times, which is I think that's the only one I actually had on CD as a kid. But I listened to that and went, "Holy shit, this brings me back, and this is quite sad."
Yeah. It was... That's
fair assumption that it was yours as well in July?
Yeah, I have a positive and a negative, and we might as well continue on that Chester Bennington sort of train while we're on it. Like, same as Ash, like Linkin Park are my favourite band, and like this guy is like my hero, like, you know, one of my heroes. Like, absolutely love Linkin Park more than like any other band in the world. And I was like, I was up in the morning, and I'm like sitting on the toilet and open up my phone and
checking the news.
That was an important fact.
I'm seeing
to add to
I'm seeing the scene, and like just opened it up and saw like the news thing pop up on Facebook, and it's like Chester Bennington dead at 44 or whatever, and opened up the thing and it's saying he's committed suicide, and I just started fucking bawling my eyes out. Like, I've never ever, like, I was like, have been sad when celebrities have died before. Like, I was really sad when Carrie Fisher died. Like, I shed a tear, but I didn't like cry or anything like that. Like, I started fucking bawling my eyes out when this happened. And like, come up, like, went out and like saw Sal, and she's like, oh, like, she knew, like, she'd read the article. She gets up earlier than me, and she knew what it was all about. And I was like, that whole day, like that the next week, I was like fucked. Like, I was so fucking wrecked. That whole day at work, I was like driving between appointments and like just I just listened to every Linkin Park album from start to finish all through the day, and it was just like blubbering in the car, and then have to like compose myself and go into a meeting, and it was. I've never been.
You do your mascara.
Yeah, and I've never taken a hit that hard for a celebrity death, but that one really affected me. So like, it's just a fucking tragic story. Just so talented, just such a good dude, and the black dog got him.
And it's the thing that came out quite clearly was how much of a good dude he was.
Yeah.
Because like Facebooks and Twitters and all that sort of stuff were just flooded with, holy shit, I met him and he did this for me, and he took time out to see my kid, and I'm just making shit up, but along those kind of lines, which you don't hear from, I don't think, many celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Yeah, so that fucking sucked. But my positive, I guess, highlight was Robert Whittaker winning the middleweight title in the UFC, which was an awesome moment. First ever Australian UFC champion, like on one leg. Yeah, like a dude who I've seen fight live and who's, just another really good stand-up kind of dude and very, happy-go-lucky sort of likable guy and an Aussie / Kiwi, but mainly Aussie, who
I don't know,
became a world champion. So that was fucking awesome. That's just about my sports highlight for the year, I reckon.
Because the Bulldogs were shit this year. We went over that.
Yep.
Jono.
Yes. I won't say much because we're well behind on what our usual running time is. But Pyre came out in July, and that was one of my favourite games of the year. It's in my top 10. It's definitely one of the best indie games of the year. And if you like weird games with cool stories and amazing artwork and music, you should check that one out. Just have a look at it, see if it looks cool to you.
What Remains of Edith Finch, the best indie game of the year.
I don't know, but maybe.
Just contradicting your Pyre.
Very good.
I don't think I played.
I
didn't play Pyre, and I don't think you played Edith Finch. So
no, it wasn't my Pyre. Wasn't my number one indie game. That was Thimbleweed Park, which came out a bit later. Yeah,
very cool.
We'll find out about that in October, maybe. On the topic of games, in August, I platinumed Sly Cooper 2, 3, and 4, which was a hell of an experience. I thoroughly enjoyed those games because that was all I played for about 2 months, or maybe a little bit more.
We remember.
Yeah. Everyone should remember because I was quite happy with that. What about you, Ash, in August?
August?
Or what about the world in depressing news stories in August? Sorry.
Well, Charlottesville happened that month.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Nazis came back into the world.
Yep.
Tell me you've got something good in there, Ash. Tell me
3
you've got...
months earlier
I
than
do have
expected.
a good moment from August. August was the first time I got to meet Buddy Watson in the flesh.
Cool.
There you go.
Also the first time you got
went to see
pissed, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. We went to see a Linkin Park
suck
tribute
titties.
show and then proceeded to get very drunk that night.
Did
I
somebody
hope
say
Ash's
script
parents listening.
Sorry?
I said I hope
Jack.
Ash's parents are listening. Yeah.
Me. In August, I started the Whole 30 program plan thing, which is, if you don't know what Whole 30 is basically an eating plan where you cut out all sugar, all carbs, all grains and dairy and everything like that, and just eat like non-processed natural meats and vegetables and stuff like that.
Chicken wings.
I did have chicken. Yes, I did have chicken wings, baked chicken wings with just like salt and pepper and stuff. That was a really cool experience. It led me to lose 14 kilos. I feel as good as I've ever felt, and I've physically feel like I look as good as I've ever looked. Or at least in the last decade. That was awesome.
Look as good as you have since you got rid of the mohawk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, August Jono.
I had Big Sick, which was one of the great movies of the year, and I didn't see it until August, so that's how I'm ringing that one in here, wrenching it in.
Which was that one?
It's the one with
Kumail
Kumail
Nanjiani.
about his girlfriend getting sick.
Yep.
You should check it out, Tom.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
It would work as a TV series.
Yeah. It's just a really good movie, and I didn't have anything else for that month, so that's what I'm talking about.
That'll do it.
It might feature in our top 10 yet again.
We also did the
Hopefully.
we also
Good.
had the affiliation celebration in August.
Yes, we did. So I got to hang out with Jack and drink some beer and play some Wolfenstein and Shovel Knight, which, huge highlight.
Happy days.
Yeah.
In September, I watched a fair amount of rugby, and although we might have lost to you guys in September, or that could have been early October, we beat South Africa 57-0, which is a particular romping that was thoroughly enjoyable. So that's my...
Yeah, that was a score. I checked out what happened this month, and that was high on the list of the things that happened that month.
Yeah, it certainly was. And it was in my world. How about the rest of the world?
This is the
Ash?
month where the guy headbutted Tony Abbott.
Okay. Yeah, it is. I only saw that like 3 weeks ago or something. I think it was on an episode of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, maybe.
Probably, yeah.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Brilliant. Who wouldn't want to headbutt Tony Abbott? I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
And that's what the guy said, like in the post, like in the interview kind of thing. It was, was it because he doesn't support legalizing gay marriage? Oh no, I didn't realize he had the pin for vote no on. I just saw it was Tony Abbott and thought, I want to headbutt Tony Abbott, so I did.
God bless that. Australian of the Year.
Yeah,
Yep.
not that you'd strongly advocate for violence, but that was a pretty good one.
You're going to do
Sometimes.
it.
Yeah. Like that Nazi punching picture.
Yeah. Richard Spencer. Very good.
Jack.
September. We had William's second birthday, which was really cool. He's just becoming a little man even more and more every day. And I love him very, very much. He's the apple of my eye. So that was really cool to have a party where he sort of... Like we had obviously his first birthday party, but he didn't really know what was going on, and he sort of knew like it was his party, and everyone come to see him, which was awesome. And Journal 50 dropped in September, which I made a bit of a big deal about, which was good fun. Shout out to Dylan for helping me edit that. It was
Shout
a big
out to
thing
me
for me.
watching that one.
Yep, thank you for doing that. It was sort of the time to sort of make it known to everyone, and it's cool now, like people at work and people in my life and stuff be like, hey, I was watching your videos and listening to your thing and stuff like that, and it's cool that it's sort of the effect that I wanted it to have has sort of taken effect, and people are aware of it now and are going and watching the videos and stuff like that. So yeah,
kick ass. Jono.
Bonza. My highlight, I couldn't really think of anything, so I just looked at what games came out, and NBA 2K18 was a big one for me. I did spend a lot of September looking forward to it, and so when it finally arrived, did sink in a lot of time.
I was going to say...
Did you sink in a lot of microtransactions?
Yeah.
There was a 50% discount when it launched, so I actually put in like $15 to save myself some grinding at the very start. It's the only time I've ever...
You're the problem,
put some money
Jono.
in.
You're the problem.
Oh man, you don't want to know how much my brother spent on that.
No, people must have thrown in way more, because I remember when I
yeah.
first started that game, there were people like level 90 something, so they must have thrown
it's
so much money at it.
Ridiculous, but it is what it is, as Jack would say.
a deal's a deal.
Yeah.
Catchphrase of
Business
the year.
is business.
A deal's a deal does not work.
Yeah, I
in
think
that
Plat's the
situation.
catchphrase of the year.
To be true story, it is what it is. Used to be my catchphrase before plat. True story.
It's a secondary catchphrase.
Still baffled that you have a catchphrase. I have to bring the tone down a little bit now. Sorry to take it away from you, Ash, but October was Las Vegas, the shooting.
Yeah.
Which still baffles me and probably still upsets me if I think about it too hard or for too long. Like, I just don't get it. And I think I don't know if that's the point with some of those things, but yeah, fucked up.
Horrible shit.
Again, you can always focus on the positives of people helping each other and like trying to protect other people from getting shot and that sort of thing, but yeah.
Sucks.
And
man.
the fact that
You
he
wish
did-
they
he
didn't
got
have to
shot
do that
too.
sort of
Feels
thing.
bad, man. Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
Not good.
I feel like that would have been you
I've
as
got-
well, was it, Ash? Or did you pick
Yeah.
something else?
No, I had it, but the other one was the Harvey Weinstein allegations coming out that month. Or the truth coming out that month is probably more factually correct. And that pretty much kicked off all the drama in Hollywood for the
Me too.
rest of the year of everybody turning out to be terrible people.
R.I.P. Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
We always knew that Hollywood was full of terrible people, but this confirms it.
But yeah, we just thought they were narcissistic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Exactly.
Yeah, turns out they're real terrible people, not just people that you probably don't want to be friends with.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you reckon about October, Jack?
October, I went to Byron Bay. Good times. I'm surprised. I mean, maybe this is what Jono's will be Jono. Jono's will be. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Byron Bay.
Jono's will be Jono's.
I went away to Byron Bay for a weekend. It was great. Caught some sun, ate some food, drank a couple of beers. Happy days.
Nice. Apart from the fact that William was a pain on the plane.
Yeah, on the way over he was really bad, but on the way back he was really good. So
Nice.
take the good with the bad, you know.
Yeah, that's it. So I had the Penny Arcade Expo, aka
Yeah.
PAX, which came to Melbourne in October, and was thrilled to attend with other members of the Explosion crew: Kieran, Ashley, Dylan.
Yep.
But it was
great.
just a great time to meet up with a lot of our friends that we either got to hang out with at RTX or we've met elsewhere since then. So yeah, it was awesome, and the PAX itself was cool. Got to play some rad games, Detroit and Far Cry 5 and some of the stuff we're looking forward to next year.
You know,
a whole lot of
all
indies.
all the other good ones whose names I've forgotten.
I said 2. I could say more, but we're not here to list stuff.
No, true.
Except all this stuff that we're listing.
Yeah,
That's great.
And then
I mean,
Also,
a week
yeah.
later...
and sorry, we're done with PAX, are we? Sure.
Well, you were the one conscious of time, I think, earlier. So I was
Yes, you're right.
I was trying to move along. A week
Go
later was November
Extra Life.
and was Extra Life. We all
Yeah.
got into Jack's house and kicked Sal and William out and streamed games for 24 hours.
Word.
Which was fantastic. Doing a little bit of something for charity, seeing everyone face to face, getting to hang out, was a big part of November.
Drinking weird stuff.
Kicking things,
Yeah.
not
Smashing
doing
knack.
moves, getting haircuts,
Doing push-ups,
Nick
piercing
balloons.
nipples, getting tattoos.
rubbing Jack's head with balloons. He's like turned
Horrible
red
stuff.
already just thinking about it.
Horrible stuff.
I did also have a little negative in November for me, which was when I broke my finger, which has sort of thrown out my plans over the last 6 weeks for training and all that sort of stuff, which kind of sucked, but it
can't you just do kicks?
is what it is. It doesn't quite work like that, no.
Oh, so many things I'm
Sorry,
laughing
Ash.
at.
Did anyone have anything that
Can we call-
wasn't
Can
extra
we call
life?
this episode "It Is What It Is"?
I think I'm going to have to call it. It is what it is.
2017. 2017.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I had something different to Extra Life. I had the Extra Life, but I had something else as well with the gay marriage plebiscite.
Yeah, I had that
Which-
as well. 61%
Fuck
vote.
yeah,
yes.
so 39% of Australia can fuck
Victory.
off, and happy days.
The rest
Equality
of them can
for
all go get gay married.
Yep, exactly right. So quality for all. Things are as they should be. It's a win for the good guys for once. So
Particularly with the general conservative turn of the world. Seeing things like that not happen is quite nice. And it's officially legal now in Australia, isn't it?
Now it is officially legal.
Yeah. So that was like
Has it come through?
went-
Yeah, I knew it was passed in Parliament. Didn't know if it had taken effect yet.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
yeah, it
actually
is.
taken
People got
effect.
married
It
yesterday.
takes a while.
Two couples got married yesterday, I think.
Yeah,
it's good.
I saw
We're
something in
good.
the news over the weekend that I think it was happening now.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
And if Jono, did you have anything else or?
Extra Life, that was
Yeah,
mine.
cool.
That was a great
Nice.
event and really great to catch up with you guys again and raise $1,500 for the sick kids.
And I know we're only halfway through December, but the undisputed highlight of this month has to be greatest film of the year, The Last Jedi.
Star Wars.
Mostly because it's
Yep.
one of the only films I've seen this year, but also because it's a new Star Wars film. And I am very happy with it.
And it has Luke Skywalker in it.
It's got Luke Skywalker.
Whoa,
in it.
spoilers.
Yeah, it does. He's got a beard in it.
He does have a beard.
And
And
it's got porgs,
there's lightsabers.
albeit too many.
Stormtroopers.
You should listen to Alderaan Explosion, especially
Yes.
episode 8, where we talk about it for almost 2 hours.
Very good.
I'll consider it. How about you, Ash? What did
want.
December include?
Yeah, Last Jedi is definitely a highlight, just because it was a combination of that 8-week journey of watching all the Star Wars movies. But the big piece of news that I really liked from this month was Disney buying out 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
You
It's
like
probably
bad
going to have
news.
big ramifications for the next couple of years, I would imagine. Assuming the American government doesn't shut it down.
Is it likely that
Which
they
they could.
will? Do you know?
I have no idea. It wouldn't surprise me if they did, because that's like a massive monopoly.
Yeah.
I would have thought.
I'm not sold that it's a positive thing for that to
Yeah.
happen. I think everyone's just going, "Ooh, we get X-Men and Spider-Man and everyone together," and not really thinking about what could
Everything else
potentially
they
go
own,
wrong.
yeah. Have you seen there's this great meme going around which is it's like the timeline of Disney buying everything, and it's like Disney buys Fox, Disney buys this, Disney buys that, and it's like Disney tries to buy DC, DC resists, Disney acquires its own private military, Disney storms the Warner Brothers offices and takes over, Disney runs for president, Disney takes over America, Disney colonizes Mars, Disney colonizes the moon, and then it like goes all the way down to like 2100 in the timeline, and at the bottom it's like DC fans still looking forward to movies, DC and Marvel fans still looking forward to movies.
True story, though. That's all I care about. Jack, December.
No, I got nothing. We're only halfway through. I can't put it in my hand. Star Wars is
You're just
good.
Hellblade, you want to talk
No.
about that?
No.
Okay.
You're waiting to.
The first 2 Ashes
Yeah,
sets.
Boxing Day will be a highlight for me.
recorded this. I was going to say, if we'd recorded this on Christmas Day, you could have said Christmas Eve watching of.
Yeah,
Inglourious
Inglourious Bastards. Yeah, sure. Why not?
So
That'll
always a highlight. We've
Yeah.
heard about that a bit recently.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about yourself, Jono? Are you going to abstain from December or?
No, I would have said The Last Jedi. I had that on my list, so
Nice.
that was great. Highly recommend. You don't need to recommend Star Wars. People are either going to watch it or they're not. But
But they should.
I loved it.
Or they're going to love it, or they're going to be wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're either going to love it or you're going to have a lot of opinions that you can't wait to share with people about why you didn't love it. So go watch it.
That you can't articulate properly.
Yeah.
You broke up then, so I
Yeah.
didn't hear whatever bullshit response you had.
Probably for the best.
Probably is.
I missed it too, so I'll check that out when the episode is.
Yeah.
And being that it is what it is, that was what it was. So the review of 2017 is complete. If people want to take issue with how much you hated 2017, where could they do that, Ash?
You can tweet even more depressing news at Ashley Hobley, ASHLEYHOBLEY is the thing.
And
Yeah,
Jack, if
everyone
people
tweet the
finally
most
wanted to-
depressing stories of the year to Ashley.
Yeah.
I will appreciate it.
Jack, if people finally wanted to know what the Grandstand Guru's Twitter handle was, because you only teased it 50 minutes ago.
I don't think I did tease it. How did I tease it?
You talked
I
about the
didn't hear
Grandstand Guru's Twitter account and then failed to say what the handle was.
Oh, did I? Okay. It's at Grandstand Gurus, funnily enough. And you can follow me at cruisy_mate.
And Jono himself, where can
That's
they
me.
find
You
you?
can find me on Twitter at Johnny himself. And at Putting In Work Pod if you want to check out my other podcast, which has been a great highlight this year too.
Just beaten out by RTX at the beginning of the year.
I hear that
That
you've
one,
got a
yeah.
particularly special guest upcoming on Putting In Work, Jono, as well. Do you want to give that a quick squeeze?
Let's just say it's a very festive episode.
I'll take it. And you can follow me, should you choose to do so, Tom DeBomb89, TomDabom 89, although I'm not sure why you would. Pleasure as always, gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me. Talk to you again soon.
Plat plat.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Was what it was.
Indeed.
Happy holidays and a happy new year from everyone at the Explosion Network. With December, of course, comes award season hype, and the Explosion Network is dropping a top 10 list every week until the end of the year. Stay tuned to explosionnetwork.com for our pick of the best games, movies, and more from 2017. Older on Explosion concludes December 15th, so make sure to catch the last 2 episodes as we count down to and then watch The Last Jedi. Swag announcement! T-shirts now available at designbyhumans.com/shop/Explosion Network. Grab a design with Bevan on it, or one with Plat Plat to rep the network. And of course, our weekly shows continue. Pleasure Explosions Monday, Platinum Explosion Tuesdays, Grandstand Gurus Thursdays, each at 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Catch our live streams on twitch.tv/Explosion Network, and keep your targets locked on explosionnetwork.com for all of our explosive content.